And we're live. Alright. How is everyone doing? Wee Woo here. This is another OFCRA PvP match commentary. Gonna quickly tab out, look at our numbers here. We're sitting at about 90 players on the server right now. That might go up a little bit more. Usually we have some last minute jump-ins at till about 3:30, and it's about 3:21 right now. But looking over at the operation information, we've got some very simple operations today. So once in a blue moon, OFCRA likes to do a basic Civil War-esque operation on Altis. These are the vanilla factions, but they're non-vanilla versions, pulling a lot of things from 3CB factions, because they have their own spin on the vanilla factions from the base game Arma 3, but they've added quite a bit to them. But otherwise, here is how today's rounds are going to work. There is a supply base located right here. Whoever controls this by the end of the 90-minute round, because OFCRA is 90 minutes long, will gain 3 points. There is an officer that is in the AAF Southwest Command Center here. He is worth 5 points and has to be dealt with in the first hour. Blue 4 is trying to defend him. Op 4 is trying to kill him. Let me see. There's also an enemy commander bonus. If you kill the enemy ground commander, you gain a point.
11 months. Cool.
And you also get 4 points if you have 8 or more people alive on your side. All right. Interesting how these point values are today. So 5 points in 2 objectives that are tied to your forces, 5 points tied to a command center here, and then 3 points tied to the base logistics. So they're really trying to push everyone on the command center here, and it looks like they're going to start pushing people in. So I'm going to quickly get the prediction up. As I do that, Lolo, thanks to the 11-month resub. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. I'm going to try to find an OFCRA tab. It makes it easier. I just saw who will win this OFCRA match. Blue for AAF defending, because they're defending the guy. And then Op 4 FIA attacking. And we'll set that for 15 minutes. I think that'll be more than fair. And have that boot up. Otherwise, Lolo with 2 L's. Thanks so much for the 11-month resub, bro. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this OFCRA match. But yes, if you're playing, as soon as we go into mission, make sure you get off the stream. I don't want you guys to get in trouble for stream sniping, because NASA and Manhole take that very seriously. Otherwise, I see some of those extensions. They look like shaded in areas, but that could just be base game. We'll see what else is around here. FIA starting up on the northern dip north of Laka. And then AAF starting in the military base just southeast of Zaros. Objectives themselves are on the northern sides of Zaros here. FIA have quite a bit of a tribe to get to this AO. They got to cross by Angry Dinosaur, or they can flank all the way around. There's quite a few different routes they can take. So I'm seeing the first 30 minutes of this round being really dedicated to the logistics of Op 4 getting their attack in. But beyond that, I mean, the next 30 minutes is really going to be where the action is, and if the round actually goes to those final 30 minutes or the 90-minute mark, it's just going to be cleanup. Really, with how the points are dispersed here, you're kind of rewarded for holding out if you're going for the 4 points and then killing the enemy commander, but both sides can just put their commander in a weird position. AAF can just put him on the southern tip or all the way down in, southern Kavala or even over here. FIA's commander can, just stall him out in the mountain areas of Oreo Castro or something, but it's the 4 points for just having 8 of your guys alive is also very enticing. I think they're just trying to get both sides to just square off on these 2 positions. And then if you happen to have 8 or more guys, and you get those 4 additional points and really secure the game. But I don't know, I feel like another objective could be in here to help differentiate the points, because really it's just going to be an all-out attack for this position, and then whoever has that is more than likely going to win the remaining game. So I don't know. I feel like it's a little stacked in AAF's favor because the AAF, all they have to do is secure the northern ridge side over here. This far ridge can also be good. Point Hill on 44 over the AAF base can also be nice. And then just lock down all the open areas. So unless the attackers on the FIA have some heavy ordnance, such as Bunker Buster, heavy HE rounds to get through any fortifications the AAF can make, it's leaning into Blue 4's favor, in my opinion. We'll have to see how all that goes. Anyway, guys, we've got OFCRA tonight, and then POG, which I will be on the ground, which I think is also going to be on Altis, and then I'm going to be spending the rest of my evening prepping a lot of stuff. I want to get into DayZ tomorrow. We've got multiple PvP scenarios to cut as well. They got a nice little start timer there. But again, if you are watching and you're actually playing in the op again, please log off the stream or just mute it and tab out and give me the view. And, you know, focus on doing this, because if we catch you stream sniping, NASA's going to break into your house and steal your toes. Anyway, looking at the AAF here, looks like they're mainly armed with the SIG 556. And we see some MG3s in play as well. A lot of red dots, some 203s, some ACOG scopes for leadership. All right.
Yeah.
Trying to see if there's anything else around here. Is that... Was that the M60E4?
Two separate A squads.
Yeah, so that's an upgraded M60. We've got
Yeah, exactly. You have to join off of me.
an M30A5, I think. I don't know. That's definitely the dedicated marksman rifle. And then we have some RHS M3 Mazes in play for their AT. All right. Looking at AAF's vehicles, we got two M113s. We got multiple transport Humvees that can take 8 people because it's got the 6 bench seats in the back. And then we have a transport. Nope, it is Huey with... Yeah, it is technically a transport, but it also has the 2 side M240 Bravos. Looking over, actually, one little aerial view. I don't see any other vehicles in play for Blue 4 AAF. So let's go ahead and look over at the FIA side. FIA has, appears to be 2 BTR 70s, some transport Hiluxes, as well as some transport trucks. These can take, I think, 12 or 13 people. All right, here we go. So a vanilla SPG-9 and a vanilla 50 cal vehicle. 50 cal is unscoped, SPG-9 scope. This is a very powerful weapon. If you were watching last night's 506 mission, you saw me using this against the player base. It has both HE and HEAT rounds. Really, really nice weapon. Definitely good for that quote-unquote bunker busting. Otherwise, the weaponry of the FIA appears to be AK-74 base, GP-25 Grenadier systems, more MG systems. Based off the side mag, that might be an MG-42, actually. RPGs, specifically the 7. And then we've got some M24s in play for their marksman rifles. Yeah, these are the RHS MG-42s because they have that AA sight, which is literally just like a giant circle and a cross on it. Otherwise, yeah, no, your standard kits here across both factions. We'll just have to see how the players deploy these vehicles and whatnot. I'd imagine the most powerful asset that OpFor is going to be guarding is the SPG-9. This can be effective up to a click and a half. So if they just put that on a mountainside and snipe at anything that is at range, they range it with whatever other vehicles or equipment they have, they can get that right on target and cause massive amounts of damage to both vehicles and infantry alike. Let's go ahead and look at the logistics base. We've got some Bradleys in here for show. We got an Abrams in here. That's awesome. Those are all just assets, though. We got a striker inside. But again, these are all just for show. Not too defensible. It's got a little bit of an internal bunker right here. This thin metal fencing isn't going to stop bullets, so anyone that gets suppressed through it's going to be in a lot of trouble. We got a bunker right here. This is hard cover here, but can be flanked from the northwest. And then you got all these hills around this position. Also slightly foggy in the distance.
I apparently still have Prime. That's nice.
Corvac, thanks for the 20-month resub with Prime Broski. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Let's go ahead and look over at the southern military base. Here we got some artillery positions here. I think that's also just for show. This is a lot more defensible. We got some Hescos reinforcing the metal wall here. I like that. That's great. We'll just have to see how that continues. Some more stuff over here. You got the commander here. This guy, again, he is worth those 5 points. Some money, a picture of CSAT. Lovely. No internal stuff in the bunker. That's just left to the building itself. I wonder if either are going to be destroyable because we might see the SPG-9 snipe at these vehicles. And, of course, you got all the terrain around. Otherwise, let's do a quick breakdown of who's on what side. Bravo for Blue 4. We got Mr. White, Arthic, Rick Hunter, Murdy, Emil, Jonathan, Risbo, and Delta. NASA leading Charlie with Mr. Dave, Ash, and Wombat, and Demovar. Newton leading Delta with Roderick, Puma, Eloy, Renly, Oliver, Optic, Toxic, Puma, and Matizo. Bangi leading Hawkeye, Nordic, Cable, White Foss, and Mike under Blue 4 Foxtrot. Blue 4 Mike has Outbreak, Ilvanek, Funny, Twig Kane, and Solomons. Luck leading Golf with Shay, Parthius, and Rigel. Echo has Mackenzie alone, and then Ilbanek is the goat, has Oddball and Aja. I believe that is the pilot crew since they have MP7s. They're in the helicopter currently. If I were to take a guess who's ground commanding, I'd say it's Mackenzie because they're alone in one group, but otherwise I have no idea. I don't see any officer markings or whatnot. I don't see anything officially marking a group. So it's tough to say. Zulu, I'm willing to bet, is OpFor's ground command, though he has a marksman role, so I don't know. That has Ezio in it. Kerrigan White is leading OpFor November with Vexen, Migai, Ivno, and Pistonin. Lolo is leading Oscar with Silvio, Callie, Roland, Bibar, Kermit, and Wonder. Spirit leading Papa with Leistender, Zimli, and Monix. Sorry if I'm butchering these, by the way. Pogo leading Quebec with Barros, Lolo, Cheeseburger, Kevin, Alexander, Benares, and Green Thumb. Romeo being led by Skippy with HTM, Monkey, Snobus, Veron, Daniela, Wiki, Polish Pepe, Quebec, Monkey, and Beaton. And then Sierra being led by Depso with Malgren, McKemby, Gandalf, Weiss, Pyrus, and Settler. And then uniform has Atomic leading Wolnery, Epic, and Spectrum. Oh, they also had some RPK gunners in there. Interesting. But otherwise, the round has started. We see one Blue 4 Vic already blitzing out. We've got the Huey just on standby right now. I'm willing to bet it's probably under a lock right now. They're building fortifications around to try to prevent OpFor from rushing in and trying to destroy it. That is fair. You got OpFor leaving. I only see the 2 BTRs out and about, so I don't know what else to tell you. You got this guy running on foot. Looks like he's an AI copy because the actual Monkey Enjoyer is right there, so that's quite funny. But otherwise, looking at the vehicles that have been taken, we got some transports. You have the SPG-9 Vic in the hands of Sierra, as well as the 50 cal Vic in the hands of Sierra. So they're taking 3 off-roads to go out with that. We got 2 transport trucks and another off-road moving towards the west here, and we'll see where those 2 BTRs get deployed. Meanwhile, Blue 4 has deployed a group in Poliaco. I'm going to be honest. I see what Blue 4 is trying to do here. They're trying to set up an ambush in the town. If OpFor, or really any attacking faction, is worth their salt and they see a map like this, they should know they should be moving hilltop to hilltop and not through any villages, because villages are a great way to get ambushed. So if I was OpFor, I would be using these mountains to the north and scouting the next mountain. And then while I have that mountain group on Overwatch, I'd be sending my other half of the force to take the next mountain. They'd go on Overwatch, and then the previous mountain, basically bumping mountain to mountain. But you want to stay in those big open positions so you can see where you're going, because anywhere where there's a town and whatnot, you should expect that the enemy might have an ambush down. You want to be able to see where your opponent is and then try to suppress them from afar, because you got 2 BTRs to work with. You have the SPG-9 car to work with. You got all these great assets for suppressing enemies in the open, and then you can advance with those assets covering you, and then basically just steamroll anything that's in front of you, because what, Blue 4 only has 2 113s with M2s, and then the 2 240 Bravos on the Huey, which all can be shot down by BTRs. Sorry, I was hydrating. Water's important. But anyway, I'm just making sure I got Korvac and I got Lolo. Lolo's playing, so he's not here anymore. That was Zam's hydrate. I was just going through, but we'll be seeing how this goes. I'm going to be honest, I'm still leaning on Blue 4 to win this one, mainly because in not just OFCRA, but in a lot of PvP missions I've seen, it's very rare for a faction to utilize their assets effectively.
Send in GOAT Team 6.
But OpFor definitely has the asset advantage, but Blue 4 just has the defense advantage, you know? So it could really go either way. Yeah, as Charlotte's pointing out, I'm making too much use of their intelligence, but hey, we'll see. I mean, Worst comes to worst, we're gonna have some fun comedy to watch. Speaking of, let me write down my note card for timestamps so I can get those edited later on. But Blue 4, we see them driving up here. They're going to get a force on one of these ridges and try to overwatch. We got Op4 Romeo coming up. That has a lot of guys in it, though, compared to this Humvee, which can only have up to 8. That's only got 5 guys in it. So right off the bat, though, if they dismount up here and take one of these ridges, they might be able to ambush the truck as it moves in. But you got to remember the gunners or guys sitting in the back of the truck, they can shoot from the back of the truck, but they're very exposed, no cover, and they're just going to possibly get gunned down by a machine gunner. Golf's going to dismount right there. But Senpai, thanks for the 4-month resub. Welcome back, broski. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Random side note, I've been working on a lot of Vietnam stuff for the end of this month. Did you know that when you're making triggers in Arma 3, there's a section on the bottom that lets you set up sounds and other triggers for that? And the SOG Prairie Fire mod has so many sound options. So we're going to have whistle ambushes. And I'm really excited for that. I have a video on my Sneak Peeks channel, which won't really take effect till next month when they announce the new Patreon program, but a lot of fun stuff coming. All right, Romeo's going to start cresting the hill. This has 11 dudes in it. It's 10 plus Skipoo. Question is, does Golf get any eyes on to see? Looks like their bandaging might have had a rough ride. Demovar does not look right and see. Oh.
Yes.
Yes to what? Come on, this.
Everyone.
That guy's the machine gun.
East. Positions yourselves in this hill.
That truck's gonna drive right up to him. And of course, the E4.
Who wants a pop?
Hey guys, what's that vehicle sound?
Does anybody want a rangefinder?
Oh my God! What is this?
But everyone look northeast. Everyone look northeast.
What? What? I think Op4 just noticed. Jesus Christ. They're right on. All right, that grenade got 2 knockouts. At this point, Blue 4, you should be remounting and trying to drive away and saving phase, because you somehow lost that reconnaissance. That was amazing. There was a guy AFK in the truck. He just got shot out. They're gonna AT it. You just fired it through the window, through the back. No way! No freaking way! What are you shooting at? Are you double tapping? I think you're double tapping, because you better not be shooting at your own dudes. I swear to God. Bro, they're friendly. I promise. Alright. GL going in. Just short. Would have gotten a double kill otherwise. You got this machine gunner coming up. He's going to rack up some kills. Oh! There we go. 2 knocked out, 1 dead. Yes, the M60 E4. Bro. He gets saved by the guy on his rear. Grenade goes off, gets another kill. Blue 4's making him pay. We'll see at the end of this who had the more KIAs on the side. Vexen was also with this group. Interesting. Another GL goes in. That gets another kill. Lone survivor here, Rigel, but with 3 kills. Op4, I think they've lost at least 5 guys. Wow, okay, only 2 KIA, 2 additional wounded. And then you got the 3rd with the command team on Vexen. So Blue 4, even though they got ambushed there, which I find funny that that happened, but hey, you know, situational awareness. We have the bird's eye camera. They don't. They were still able to bounce back and get that to almost, actually, no, fully trade even, because Rigel's still alive. So out of his entire team. And these were really good players, too. This was Bluck and Shay, for example. I'm really surprised they got dropped, but Shay was still able to get a kill. Bluck was AFK in the truck. But damn. I gotta wonder what he was shooting at, because I don't see any drones or hunt IR up there, so... Maybe he's just panicking? We see some double taps, I think, on hostile bodies.
I'm Jonathan Frakes. 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 I'm Jonathan Frakes.
Isn't that Riker from
I'm Jonathan Frakes.
TNG?
I'm Jonathan Frakes. I'm Jonathan Frakes. I'm Jonathan Frakes.
These are sound bites from...
I'm Jonathan Frakes. I'm Jonathan Frakes. I'm Jonathan Frakes. I'm Jonathan Frakes. I'm Jonathan Frakes.
Gosh, what was that one show from like 2 decades ago? That was like horror goosebump style stuff. Yeah, he just... Did you just double tap your squad leader? Yeah, -1 because you just double... swear to God. I swear to God. Is he still playing it? Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. I don't remember what the show was, but it was basically they played a few clips. Some were real, some were scripted, or some were real, but they were based off true stories, blah, blah, blah. It's from a long time ago, man. That's something I wouldn't mind rewatching, though, but god damn. Yeah, they didn't have the billboards to show which side was friendly and which side was enemy. Not that it really made a difference, but... What about this other guy bleeding out? I'm waiting for him to get... Oh, gosh. Believe it or not. Yes, that was it. That was it. Because it wasn't Twilight Zone. It wasn't X Factor. It was Believe It or Not. Oh, here comes the Huey.
Into a huge parking area.
Why is he just blasting a remix of Jonathan? Alright, so OPFOR have snuck some forces around on the far right side, probably riding the banks just south of Katalaki. They're going to now try to push in through all this open ground. That's going to be a suicide charge. Beyond belief, fact, or fiction. Yes, that's it. That is it. Yeah. Oh, what a throwback. Is he still? Is he just doing that while he's running? Yep. I'm not going to stay over him because of copyright, but that's just... The stuff you find in Arma 3 PvP is just a riot. Speaking of, over the next 2 months, we're going to be covering a major Polish communities tourney. That's going to start tomorrow before FNF. We might cut into the first round of FNF and then, you know, cover the second and third round of FNF. And then it's going to play on Saturdays at 11 a.m. So if I remember it correctly, it's going to start tomorrow at noon for that one Friday, and that's going to take over Saturdays and Sundays at 11. So, yeah, we can't let Zix me anywhere near that tournament, otherwise he's going to go belligerent. I'm assuming that other guy bled out. So yeah, they traded evenly 4-4, but that was also because OPFOR decided to double tap their own squad leader, which you gotta love when that happens. Wouldn't it be copyright if it's a random remix? You'd be surprised. Now you got some bullets hailing down from that position. I don't think Blue 4 has to really worry that much because there's nothing that can really shoot that down in terms of guided missiles, but there are the 2 BTRs. Yeah, so one of the uncons, this one right here, he did bleed out, and then the other one was double tapped by his own squaddy, which, again, funny. But what are the 2 BTRs doing driving all the way around here? One of them starting to off-road. Going up the mountain. And the other one's, I think, gonna go all the way around, then take this dirt path to come in, but ay. Hold on, we got Papa here. This is 4 dudes. Coming around on the rear here. Well, like I said, the first 30 minutes were probably gonna be spent with OFCRA just doing a bunch of maneuvering. We saw that initial fight. But that's probably gonna be it at this rate, so now we just gotta study the map and see what else happens. You just saw a quick infantry symbol as someone in that vehicle was switching sides, probably to another gunnery seat. So you got the pilot, you got Aja looking out. Basically trying to find where that group of infantry was. Okay, the remix has stopped. Look, Rigel can do what he wants. He's on 3 kills right now, so as far as I'm concerned, he's doing the best out of everyone at the moment. That could change, but... Alright, we got Papa bypassing over here. We got a Vic driving around. Blue 4's 113s don't appear to be anywhere specific. Looks like one is directly on base security, and the other one might be up with Mike? Nope, that's a Humvee, so I have no idea.
19th A, if you can look at the certain zone, that's the only really spot that we can't see from our position.
So you hear Twig King's voice. He's trying to get proper recon done around. I think he's watching where OPFOR are moving around up there.
Okay, just do what you can. If you want to get 24 view. Funny.
Papa's right down
if you
there.
see anything that's not a Humvee behind us, you scream at me so we can shoot it, please, by the way.
Huh.
I don't like it, bro.
I wonder what that is.
Behind us on the house. Bearing 130. 132. Behind us. There's individual.
No way, bro. Oh my fuck.
Truck. There's a truck.
Cover. AT, put a round on it. Let's go, fuckers. That's a bad fucking techie.
Bearing 132. 132.
Man, there's a fucking techie behind us.
If there's anything behind us, I want you to scream. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Oh my gosh, there's an enemy vehicle. It's been there the entire time. Like I said, I love Arma 3 PvP.
500, 522, 522.
Ah, this is why I love covering it. Especially when you can hear their local voices. Over. That was not 500. AT4 is going to go low. Now, these guys better remount quick and drive away. Oh, one of the guys got wounded. Well, the issue is now these guys are going to be stuck in here. I want to get in the house. Blue 4 has another round. They should put it in because that has a chance of blowing up the house next to it. Yep, one of them did end up getting double tapped by gunfire. He was only wounded in the back. Here it is. Ooh, that was an HE round. Dismounted all of the bodies, so that Vic might actually cook off because of that infantry dismount. Or, you know, I'm going to lie to you and say nothing bad's going to happen to that vehicle. We're totally not caster cursing it. Don't worry about it. There it is. There it is. Don't worry about it.
Так, давайте откинем дымы и отойдем.
Blue 4 has Moz's, but that based off of that crater and the fact the wheels got blown off, they also have HE rounds, which makes sense because OPFOR has an SPG-9 that probably also has HE rounds, which also means Blue 4's RPG-7s probably have OG frag rounds, which can substitute as HE. So he's got 4 times magnification scope on that weapon, but really they should be getting their marksman to engage. But the fact these guys are all looking around shows me they might be a little confused from where they're actually being engaged from. Look at this though, Blue 4, another firefight's opened up here. Looks like Blue 4 drove right up to OPFOR's position and have started a short-range firefight here. Grenades going back and forth. OPFOR dig in, Blue 4 dig in. Whoever's going to start the assault on the flank first is going to win, but both sides are now getting coverage on it and only being very slow to advance themselves. Depso coming around, might get a shot on Bangi here. Gets a few hits, and there's the back of the head headshot. We call a shot in the back of the head here a Hillary Clinton. And Depso doesn't get the kill. Instead, it's listed as a suicide. True story. White Foss tries to maneuver around. He takes security fire from Woltree and a few other OPFOR guys right here. Depso goes up, is immediately blown away by Hawkeye. Cable trying to push up with that M60E4. Gets a nice double kill. Going for triple. That other shooter gets knocked out. Technically not a double kill because Makabe only got knocked out. But Cable trying to keep on the offensive. Finds an angle. Puts multiple rounds in Spectrum Ghost. And Spectrum just shrugs it off and goes, it's not going to penetrate my body armor. Probably ran out of ammo there. Yep. Otherwise he would have followed up. Hawkeye trying to advance here. Sees the body. Sees Makabe. Gandalf might spot him in a second. Hawkeye's going to go into the corner as Spectrum pushes. Cable starts suppressing. I think they only have 100 round boxes. Oh, Spectrum gets the Hillary Clinton. And Spectrum gets a double kill. Technically not a double kill because one was a Hillary Clinton, meaning that other guy committed suicide. Rest in peace, Cable. Double taps going in for Spectrum. And Blue 4 has been thoroughly repulsed. That was the entirety of Foxtrot getting wiped by, it appears, Uniform and Sierra together up here, who took a few casualties, but only, it was less than Blue 4's. Meanwhile, OPFOR are all dead or unconscious. Looks like the building here got blown out. 1 casualty and 2 knockouts. I'm assuming that's bleed over from another HE round, so they're going to basically stay dead. And if they get up, Blue 4 and Mike team is going to double tap them. So right now, numbers for both sides pretty even. I'd say Blue 4 still has a slight number advantage because that's going to be 4 kills to none here, whereas that was, I think, 6 to 3 or 4. And then this fight was, you know, 4 to 4 even. Rigel, I'm assuming, is back with another group. Hard to say. He is over with Mike. All right. Yeah, suicide by shooting himself 10 times in the back of the head, you know? Just like Epstein. Don't worry about it. Look, not to get political, but America is a crazy place. You can hear police scanner audio of them saying they found cocaine in the library of the White House. And even with that information publicly available, the media tries to spin it as, oh, someone brought it in the publicly accessible West Wing, which is on the opposite side of the library. It's crazy how this all works. It's crazy. I used to think, nah, there's no way in hell someone could actually get Hillary Clinton. You know, something must have happened to Epstein. You know, XYZ, blah, blah, blah. Nah, we're all screwed. We're all so screwed. Everywhere's corrupt. Enjoy your little tranquility that you can claw out of this world because, honey, if you piss off someone with way too much money to know what to do with, God help your soul. Anyway, back to the operation at hand. The blockade on Naboo was legal. God damn. Yeah, let's go into episode 1 of Star Wars while we're at it. Anyway, this Huey's trying to shoot down Oscar here, which that 240 is not really going to do much against a BTR-70. I think there are certain angles where a 7.62x51 NATO round can do damage to a BTR, mainly with the tires, but it can't really penetrate anywhere else. Now, if that was an MTLB, 7.62x51 can penetrate the rear door. Same with the 113s, believe it or not. 7.62x51 can penetrate the ramps. I don't think it's supposed to, but it can, for some silly reason. But who knows? All right, let's see. Both BTRs really out of play right now. One of them all the way back here. This was the one being shot at by the Huey, I'm going to be honest, I feel like OPFOR's misplayed their infantry a bit, because you'd want the infantry to be moving up with the BTRs on Overwatch. That way, if an infantry team goes up and starts getting suppressed by a Blue 4 group of infantry, the BTR can at least start plinking at them from afar and make them go for cover. But here, we're just seeing OPFOR infantry trickle in well before the vehicles, and that's going to create a cascading effect of OPFOR infantry are going to get eliminated or break through certain Blue 4 positions, which we, saw over here. But if they push too far into the core of where Blue 4's infantry is, they're just going to get annihilated. And then infantry rinse and repeat till they all get annihilated, and the BTRs then are going to go up unsupported. Huey's going to scout them and then coordinate with Blue 4 infantry to get AT at an angle where the BTR isn't watching, tap them in the ass, and that's game. Number-wise, though, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 strong groups of Blue 4 here. And then we have Ilbanek in the chopper. That's cute. And then we've got for OPFOR 1, 2, 3... Yeah, roughly 4 groups of infantry as well. So, again, it's fairly even right now. I didn't count one of these groups because there has to be crews for the BTRs. But in terms of infantry deployed, half of those infantry... Not half. I want to say a third of the infantry are in the BTRs themselves. And what just happened? I see. Ilbanek has been deployed. Let's see the landing. I'm going to give him a 7 for the jump, but a 2 because he didn't really stick the landing that well. So, could have been better, Ilbanek. Could have been better. Remember, guys, if you're going to jump out of a helicopter, you need a parachute, okay? Because otherwise, the ground, it'll break your fall, but it'll also break every bone in your body. Also, fun fact, make sure you jump out of any vehicle above 100 meters from the terrain, because if you jump below that 100-meter coefficient, the game won't parse you into the parachute animation. It'll just fall to your death even with the parachute. Now, that variable can be changed server-side, actually, with the line of code executed, I think, for init server, in the init server section of the SQF. Of course, you have to make one and put that in your mission folder and blah, blah, blah before you export the mission to a PBO. Most of you aren't probably going to understand any of that lingo because that's mission-making lingo. But, yeah, you can edit that line of code, but the default number is 100 meters. So if you're below 100 meters, you jump out of a vehicle, you're just going to fall to your death. So make sure you're above 100 meters. I remember watching Karma Cut do his airfield raid. I think the second mission we did together, and he had his helicopters too low, and I watched like 7 or 8 dudes pancake, and I'm like, let me quickly ace heal all y'all, because y'all are new to Arma. You don't know that one little thing. I'll give you a mulligan, but that was pretty funny to watch like 8 of his guys get pancaked. Because of Arma logic, essentially. But of course, I didn't know they were going to do that. If I did, I should have put 2 and 2 together and gone, maybe I should set that to 50 meters, because again, they're going to be doing like a real lay low. Low altitude, low opening.
They're out of range. They're like 1,000. Alright, everybody remount. PLH1 remount.
So I think they're talking about these guys over here.
River, that's you too. We're channel 300, or channel 5, 300 by the way.
How are you supposed to heli now? Huey's still pretty useful. It's going to be used as both a scouting element for Blue 4, and it's going to be used as a light harassing element. And you already see that BTR starting to harass some vehicles as they pull back here. Rounds are a little short, though. And you hear that E4 M60 firing back at a random direction. Ooh, wait, they got a kill. Nubass. Of course it's Nubass. I love Nubass, but he has really bad luck in OFCRA. He got sniped out of the Humvee. That was probably by the 14.5 millimeter turret in the back of that Vic. How's the balance on the numbers right now? It's fair for what's going on. Really, it's going to be up to OPFOR to now utilize the remaining heavy assets to break through whatever Blue 4's defensive lines are, because this is all going to be open territory. But, again, we'll have to see how that parses out over the next... why are you gone? I don't know. Usually I'm supposed to see a timer up here, but I guess it doesn't like me. We haven't even entered mid-game yet. We're only 34 minutes in the round because there's a 5-minute save start, so technically 29. I like to divide OFCRA into 3 sections. Your first 30 minutes are your early game, which is usually the attackers doing all their maneuvers. Mid game is the middle 30 minutes. That's usually where you see a lot of the combat, and then end game is where you see the cleanup. So Rigel's running off on his own over here, and didn't. Huh.
Do you think you'll be able to pick me up if I move more to the west?
You know how they have spy movies where, like, people take a poison and it, like, slows down their heart rate? Or, oh, gosh, that first, what is it? Sherlock Holmes movie with that one bad guy in the first movie where he took something that, like, slowed his heart rate down so much that they pronounced him dead, but he was still alive and he, quote-unquote, came back from the grave? I guess Ilbanek had one of those. As to how he survived the fall and broke every bone in his body and is still walking as if nothing happened, I don't see any torn up clothes or blood on him. I'm just going to say Ilbanek's superhuman and leave it at that. I don't know. Now, of course, I'm lying to you. What probably happened was Ilbanek sent an admin message because when he was switching seats in the helicopter, it probably accidentally threw him out of the helicopter, because when you use Ace to switch seats, it temporarily puts your character out of the vehicle and back into it to reset the animation to put you in a new seat. And sometimes when you're in an air vehicle, it glitches out and you don't parse back into the vehicle and you fall to your death. But it's more interesting when I say, no, he just got revived because he's superhuman. Anyway, you know, if the media can spin the truths on us, I can spin the truth on you. Wink. Anyway.
I might have.
So it looks like they pulled Nubass's body out of the Vic.
What's going on?
Blue 4 has an unfair advantage, an unkillable god, yeah. So I think he's trying to communicate with the Air Vic to come and pick him up. I don't think Op 4 is going to really notice because they're focused forward. But if the BTR was in an angle to engage, they could get him because he's smoking his position. Helicopter's going to come in to grab him. Yeah, they're too low for Op 4 to spot him. Chat's telling me to check east, and that is because Op4 is doing a massive vehicle push here. Now, they have the SPG-9 in the 50 cal car. So why are these going CQC? I don't know. Funny enough, the sound of the vehicle is going to drain out the engine sound of Op4 moving in. Now you can hear them.
This is OFCRA, east of my position. We have an enemy rush pickup into my zone, next to the truck.
I love that
trenches.
plastic mag. Decent firing position from right here. They got access to some of the windows. You can see his eyeballs. Oh, look at that skyline up there. Look at that. I love how that thing has a... You did not. You did not. How did you manage that? You got the pulse. Remember when I said this would probably be the most important asset in the game. I have no power to fix it. I'm a spectator. This isn't the Zeus interface. I can't interact with people. I can't spawn AI. Now that hilltop's opening up. He literally, you know when they say you're drunk driving and you wrap your car around a telephone pole? I don't think this is what they had in mind, but I guess that's what we're gonna get. Now you got the Huey harassing that group of infantry up there. I thought I just saw a symbol actually disappear. No, they're on no kills. Okay. But Ilbenek's on a death. Ain't that funny? You can hear the distance, that gunfire. I also love how Pikus here has taken that E4 M60. So fun fact, when the US military was reaching out to try to find a new machine gun replacement, the company that made the M60 made this, but it ended up losing to the M240. But it's still a really nice gun in my opinion. The dual handle just, it's just an upgraded M60. Has a special place in my heart, mostly because it looks cool. Yeah, so we got, I think the BTR is going to be firing at the Huey as it now pulls back, but look at all the Blue 4 infantry ready to defend this position. Op 4 kind of out of position. They've only got one small group of infantry that's going to start plicking in, and you got 3 overwatching groups. 2 containing BTRs, and then 1 purely of infantry. They still have the 50 cal, but they're not going to deploy it. So you got Adamek coming and flanking around here. Checking any of the skulls here if there's anything local. There is not. I mean, Op 4 just need to wait for reinforcements at this point. We need to see other groups kind of trickle in and start taking the ridge and surrounding this position. They still got, what's 42 minus 5, 37, so 23 minutes to take the officer out. Not a lot of time, to be honest. They're probably going to use half of that to at least maneuver their infantry groups to get in, but at most, we can see the Op 4 groups then congeal on the base, but that's worth less points than what's over here, so it's tough. Oh, I've done plenty of ops where I make something invincible, and yet the player base still finds a way to blow it up. I don't know why, it's almost always involving op tray elephants, those giant vehicles. I set him to invincible, and the player base is like, nah, we're gonna blow it up anyway. So we see that 240 actually hitting some people. Some infantry starting to get on the move, but they're literally like 900 meters away. Adamek, I think, is trying to get on an angle to hit the gunner, but the shield absorbed some of that damage. Huey's still flying overhead, shooting at some of the infantry. Yeah, Op 4's trying to form around right here, but Blue 4, I mean, we got this defensive screen right here. That's going to plink at anything that comes into this open area around the road. So these Op 4 guys are essentially pinned. And without reinforcements, they're not going to get that far, but Op 4's kind of dragging their feet on the other sides. Huey's suppressing down. Op 4 sticking in this ditch. Yeah. The OFCRA infantry on site are not having a good time. You might see one of them get in the 50 cal here and start shooting, but again, he's exposed to other areas here, and we'll see if any blue 4 plink at him. As you can see him up there. Yeah, it's too high up.
Negative.
He's taking shots. He got hit once. Yeah, it's because he's exposed from those windows, so... That was a bird. I'm like, what the hell just flew up to the chopper? He ducks under the car. Smart. Car's good cover. Just pray they don't hit the fuel block and cause the car to go tits up sky high. Yeah, unfortunately, the SPG is, yeah, wrapped around a telephone pole. Anyway. They're trying to move the 50 cal car somewhere else. Spectrum, I guess, is going to go, excuse me, Settler's going to go focus on trying to take that Vic out, but he's being engaged. He's looking around, making sure that it's covered. Smoke's being fired around, infantry coming up close. 2 BTRs, we see some of the infantry being left behind here. So a Polish got left and another guy got left who's just chilling up here for the moment. Don't know what that's about. And then the other BTR's all the way to the south. 50 cal's now trying to fire at the chopper. Actually landed pretty close. But now it's just trailing as the Huey dives. Now it's right above the BTR, but the BTR is pressing forward. Meanwhile, Blue 4 have dug a fortification. They're firing up at the smoke grenade up there. Looks like they're firing at this truck over here. Another BTR is firing up at this Huey. But it's just short. And I think the BTR is getting target fixated on the Huey. This one that should be moving up to find an angle to support and hit the Blue 4 and Overwatch is instead getting distracted by the Huey and engaging it, which is causing it to drag its feet and not head up and provide support. This off-road cooks off. But because of that, OFCRA's a bit limited, so now we got OFCRA randomly suppressing this direction as the infantry push up. Grenades being thrown down range. We have HE rounds going off from Moz's, getting some kills. But some great return fire, which GLs has knocked out that M3 gunner. And now the rest of PLH is under a lot of threat right now. OFCRA has the advantage right here now. We could see these guys come up to assist. But we're going to probably see Blue 4 push back into the compound. And now OFCRA might have a reprieve to actually take this position, especially considering infantry are going to come in and reinforce, because all OFCRA have to do is come in, kill this guy, and then pull back and defend that base, and they win. Blue 4 have to hold that guy for another 17 minutes. Moz round comes in, hits the BTR, but it was a weak hit. Looks like it hit the wheel and took the wheel out, so it was just low. Still did damage, but not enough. Solomon's aiming for a second shot. I can't tell if he hit it or not. It looks like he did, but... that would have been right in the engine block, too. That should have cooked it off. Third shot comes in, that's short. Oh, it's because it might have been an HE round. HE rounds won't penetrate the BTR, but then again, it should have blown off all the wheels, so I guess it was just bad luck. More infantry finally coming up from Quebec to reinforce Sierra on point. Maybe they'll be able to push in at this point, but these guys are now going to be distracted by the infantry pushing up over here, though they've taken heavy casualties. They're only down to 5, and you got the infantry and the other BTR distracted by that helicopter, so could see PLH hold this position. But now with these guys distracted, these guys need to make a push and try to break through or flank this one position to alleviate the infantry down here. But again, they're doing all they can to basically raid this position, kill the HVT, and pull out. OFCRA is just 1 round. They usually have a bonus round for 30 minutes after, but I don't cover that because I'm busy usually taking my dinner break because then we have POG. Looks like Mesto woke back up. His battle buddy did bleed out, though, the Grenadier. So OPFOR, they're a little dazed right now, trying to figure out where to attack from here. And Lolo almost gets red on redded. He scared me. OPFOR is now making their advance. Confident now that they have reinforcements coming up to assist, but it's still going to be an open firefight here as they don't have a lot of cover to work with maneuvering up, whereas Blue 4 have a bunch of cover, and they should also still have this 113, but right now it's pulled off to the left to overwatch anything that the Blue 4 line on the ridge isn't able to cover from. OPFOR down to 4 people now. Looks like they had some pickoffs there. But Blue 4 sending a detachment from the southern ridge up to the base. That could change things up. And more HE rounds being fired into the ditch here. Looks like that killed 2 people. And a 3rd was knocked out and a 4th died right here. So Sierra almost completely wiped in this push. Now it's going to be up to this group to relieve it. But based off of where OPFOR's getting repelled here, it looks like Blue 4 might have just turned this around, mainly because the BTRs are still on the rear, not really doing any proper support on the infantry. Instead, they've been, when they try to push up close, they got 18 and were forced to pull back. And then the other one just been busy trying to hit the BTR, but now we're seeing the BTR trying to engage some Overwatch positions, but Blue 4 is already pulling away. So it's too little too late, in my opinion. OPFOR now desperately trying to advance. Green Thumb's about to get killed off by Jonathan here from the flank. Smoke's being deployed. Now we might see a second OPFOR push. We got some OPFOR that are gonna get enveloped right here. Lolo gets in a fight with Newton. A great grenade throw. That's gonna get a lot of them. Only Eloy. Another grenade goes off. 3rd grenade rolls back. I thought that one would have gotten him, but I guess not, but they pull back. And they're dragging their buddy back as well. You got the helicopter suppressing down on the infantry. That's making them stop and potentially start trying to engage the Vic. Looking back at this ridge, these guys are trying to pull around the other way. They got some cover to work with over here as well from previous Blue 4 lines. They might try a flank around. Solomons might catch that out of position, though. More smoke grenades being thrown up. Settler's going for it. Jonathan got shot. 50 cal Vic, unable to lead Settler there. Did he just... Okay, that's a smoke grenade. I was about to say, please tell me you didn't just frag yourself. Jonathan wakes back up. Settler trying to sneak through. Murdy spots him. Settler overcommits, gets in the bush, and he gets the kill. Cheeseburger suppressing over Settler. Meanwhile, OPFOR did that flank around, but they've been flanked themselves. Berlusconi trying to push on Solomons here. Lolo got killed. Vernon is knocked uncon. But this flank is pretty much secure, so you might see these infantry after they clean up the infantry after a few minutes come in and try to assist on this base. But this position right here is the most dangerous one. You got Mr. White holding from the rear. Arthik is trying to cover the flank as well. Cheeseburger volts up, gets the drop on Jonathan. We need to see a double tap. He's gonna notice. The gun's too long. And then he gets him. M2, M113 coming back around to cover. Blue 4 pushing reinforcements up. Atomic trying to spin, but he doesn't spin hard enough. M2 actually fires through the Hesco and gets him as Rigel and Dave deliver flanking fire. Gunner, though, gets taken out by Settler. Sounds like there's a driver putting the engine on in there. That's Rizbo. NASA is coming in, making sure the VIP is still alive. But OPFOR don't know where in this compound that VIP is. So OPFOR at this point, I don't think are going to have the manpower, even if they kill the VIP, to pull back and hold the final objective. So Blue 4 is still going to win this by getting at least 8 OPFOR knocked out. And I think the main issue is, again, the vehicles weren't kept at pace with the infantry, so the infantry went off ahead without their vehicle support and got smashed. And the areas where the vehicle support did come in, they somehow wrapped around telephone poles. And even here, they're still distracted by the Huey, who's now intentionally throwing smoke grenades to pull aggro from the BTRs, and it's still working. Rigel coming around the rear here is gonna find, he's on 5 kills, by the way. Does he look below? Settler! Wow, I don't even know what to call that. "56 minutes. Huey did just take damage. That tail rotor's spinning less and less. But he's smoking. He's just trying to basically distract and show, hey, if we throw a smoke grenade, it might make them think that we're smoking and they're actually doing something, which just encourages them to keep shooting instead of putting additional support for the infantry. Wombat coming around. He's got a Mark 11 with a marksman scope. Not sure how well that's going to do in CQC, but hey, I've been wrong before. Takes one shot over his head and realizes, that's not a good idea, and he pulls back. That's Ezio shooting at him. AT was just fired in this compound, I think at Mr. White's position. But you got NASA staying on this position right here. You got Mr. White also on the blocks there. 8 minutes to defend that VIP. .3v4. But OPFOR don't really have any other infantry left. Oh, the grenade's gonna double tap. And Benares! They might wake back up. Cheeseburger was prone, so he evaded a lot of that fire, so it's just up to Settler at this point. I think it's 6 grenades actually blows this building up. Fun fact. Could see either of them technically wake back up. If Settler gives a little bit of first aid, he might actually be able to get them up, but I don't know. Oh, all right. Mr. MG42's back. He's gonna have to quickly bandage. He says sorry to Benares. Huey landed. And has delivered 3 people on the rear. I was about to say, where's the Blue 4 guy? AT is fired and misses the BTR. BTR is like, I wonder where we should park. They finally double tap that Blue 4 guy. 6 minutes left for defense. AT4 is coming out by Wombat. But there's... What are you doing? No, God, something else blew it up. Was that Aja? That was Aja. Oh my God. Well, it worked eventually, right? So can we... Can we fault it if it worked eventually? Yeah. Someone else had an AC-4 to fire and, yeah, took care of the infantry dismounts. Hey, I'm gonna be honest, it's Arma 3 PvP. If you have AT, oh God, these guys are gonna get destroyed by NASA. Whoa, I just cast your cursed NASA!
Sorry.
Oh my God. Ha! Anyway, the officer just died. Mr. White. Oh God. He's dead. Mr. White, get him. Why do I hear a thumping noise coming out of NASA's body? You know, I don't want to know. Anyway, he gets killed. Ezio runs in. And Mr. White also gets him. So it's NASA's mysterious thumping noise. It is kind of weird that it's coming from that area too, but I digress.
Okay, the VIP is dead. NASA
I don't think that's... He left his mic on too, so he still has his phone out, and you just hear this over the net right now. Now, some would call this a combat jack. Because again, it's literally on. Man, I guess the rest of Blue 4 doesn't really appreciate that over the microphone, because that's the second rocket they fired in here. Team Tactical Wank. Yeah, that's another good one. Anyway, OFCRA's down to like 5 dudes, by the way. We got Polish Pepe. We've got Kerrigan White, not to be confused with Mr. Black. We got Pistonin. And we got a word I can't pronounce. And then Ivno in the BTR 70. What's the point scores? OPFOR has 5 points because they killed the officer. So now, the only points left on the board is to kill OPFOR Ground Command, which I have no idea who that is. I'm going to assume it's Kerrigan White, because they're the only squad that hasn't pushed in. They have one of the 2 BTRs, and they're just not committing themselves. But here's the deal. Blue 4 has the survival bonus right now because they have more than 8 of their dudes alive. However, if OPFOR pushes in, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So if Blue 4 gets 6 kills, or if OPFOR gets 6 kills, they'll win the game. Okay, Fives. But Blue 4 otherwise are moving to the final objective, cash in at the final end of the game, because 60 minutes will be up in 2 minutes, and then they'll be covering the logistics base. Nice distraction sounds for enemy comms. But now we just have to basically wait for OPFOR. We'll just have to see how it goes. second. All right. We're just waiting this out. It's all right, dealing with something that just came up. Anyway, there's the points cashed in, completed by East. So Op4 has 5 points. Blue 4 not down just yet, but if Op4 manages to, I think, rack up 6 kills, then Blue 4 is out. So Blue 4 basically needs to have more than 8 people alive to get 4 points at the end of the round. So with this information, Op4 just needs to basically snipe with their BTR.
BTR flight, that's not good! You can hear it. That MG fire. Holy shit, hold on, I got a rangefinder. Hold on. We're gonna fuck this guy up. He wants to shoot at me! Over there, okay.
Send me the range. Send me the range.
I don't see it! Where is it? I don't see it!
Fuck.
Where is it? I don't see it!
Peak male behavior.
Newton, where did it go? Newton, where is it?
I don't see it.
I don't see it either. Is it behind that hill?
Hey, if your name is Cardboard in the Twitch chat right now, can you say something?
33 is the...
Can you just type in chat for me real quick?
300. From bearing 300.
Fuck me.
You're not in trouble.
Side.
I just need to make sure that you exist as a
400,
person.
400. 460, 462. Just wait till he stops. Wait till he stops.
Your name is Cardboard.
Enemy BTR
Just
is
say something in chat.
northwest past us. He's kind of
Cardboard, you know, like what they use to make boxes.
All right, rotate to use rock cover. You rotate.
Again, not in trouble. Actually, if you do type in chat, you're fine. If you don't type in chat, that's where I might have to look into something.
Yes.
I don't see it.
Just please, it makes my life easier.
So just aim for like 500, but aim at the wheels.
Or hell, just
You see him?
log
You see him?
off
You
the
see him?
stream for 5 minutes.
Yep.
All right, take him.
Back.
Clear. Hit him again. Fine. Hit it again. Us shooting.
Reloading.
Hit it again.
Just say something in chat, please.
You're bad at the game. You're never allowed to use the fucking AT. How many more ATs do you have?
0.
0? What do you mean? Hey, Mr. OFCRA man, I probably wouldn't peek that. The BTR is kind of looking, hide behind that house right there, and then peek from there.
Listen. The first got high, and the second go low. But low
Bro.
like 200
I know,
meters.
I saw, bro. I see the blast marks, bro. BTR's moving again. OFCRA, he's moving towards you.
This is funny though.
He had infantry as well. They're probably gonna push up that river. Newton,
is
they're gonna push right to you. Newton, they're gonna push you up on the river.
Oh! I see it.
Where? Yeah, the enemy. Where?
No, the BTR.
Where?
Oh, he's pushing us!
We need AT on the hill. We need the AT on the hill.
Puma, pídele que si encuentran una T por ahí, que lo traigan para acá, para arriba de la montaña.
Come on, Cardboard, I need you to type something in chat.
OFCRA, you missed. You were high. Dude, behind you.
Did he just almost get shot? No, he got shot. Interesting.
Run to me, run! Fuck you! friendly vehicle. Everybody push the hill. What? You got enemy infantry in the trees. Fucking 340. We also have a guy in the ditch 300. Ditch 300. Guy by trees past the BTR 340. Clear. Oh, toxic.
No, I don't get. Okay.
Now, Newton, there's a guy in the ditch right behind you when you ran to us.
Here?
So once you get in range,
Afirmo,
start looking back. Yeah, he was like 300 from us, maybe like 295, White. Okay, there's a guy over towards the trees. Watch 340, 345, okay? Guy, disembarked fucking crewman, 345. Close past the BTR smoke, just in the trees. It's blown up. Who is this? Mr. White, watch the fucking... Watch those... I don't think any more vehicles, no.
Alright, BTR is down. I'm not sure OFCRA is going to be able to get the amount of kills here.
Yes, he's next to me. What's up?
So here, if Cardboard's not here anymore, here's the deal. We're trying to figure out if Cardboard is Twig King. That's what we're trying to figure out right now.
Unsure.
Aproximadamente 340 enemigos. Detrás del humo. El BTR.
Copy, I still have a plan of you guys there. Alright, funny outbreak post up here.
Uh-oh.
I got you.
Hold on, let's get some more cover here.
We got contact 330.
We still have guys.
Yeah, I know, Punk, but I'm trying to figure out if someone's screaming locally in
and I don't know, to the north.
in game.
He was, but that's the guy that just shot at us. Okay, I need to start putting rounds down.
Does that give you enough time to tab out, click the X button on something, and then come back?
We got the medic right here. Do you need medical?
Yep.
Okay, back up.
Oh!
Never mind, the medic's hit. Yeah, don't know. They're accurate. I don't see them though. We're getting pinched.
Oh, they are nearby.
On Twig.
Dual monitors.
Give me the medic quickly.
Shit, you're okay.
You get shot? He's back? Huh. Cardboard, I swear, you better not be Twig King. Because I'm going to get your IP through TeamSpeak, I'm going to get your IP from Twitch, and I'm going to match them, and if I match them and they're exact, I'm going to be mad.
No doubt.
How many of us are left?
Let me tap out real quick. Hold on.
One of my guys just killed the gunner, I think, from the...
Sorry, I'm just grabbing his IP from TeamSpeak just so I can cross-reference that later. So OP4 is down to what? 3 people. Blue 4 is down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I think if OP4 gets 2 more kills... Oh, no, there's an 11th over here. 3 more kills. So if they trade evenly, then I think OP4 wins. But if they don't, Blue 4 is going to win. As you can't, because even if you ban someone, it only bans them from chat. It doesn't actually ban them from watching the stream.
Yeah, there's shooters down here though. If you push northwest here, I took some direct there.
But no, all we have are accusations at the moment. I'll deal with it after stream.
We have friendlies down here too. I'm just looking.
You can tank a BTR round, but not a banhammer.
¿Me entiendes? Ellos van a pushar por el sur y se van a cargar por la zanja. Vamos a mantenernos bien pie. Voy a quitarme la radio, ¿vale?
I don't think there's an issue. The IPs don't match. The reaction Twig was giving as we were saying stuff in Cardboard, leaving and rejoining the channel. I think it's just a coincidence that the names are similar, but I'll have a chat with Twig after and we'll see what's going on. But I don't think it's an issue. We'll see how things go. He's got an ACOG on an MG. Jesus. That's evil. Solomon just is coming over and cleaning house.
Last shooter is dead.
Twitch is stuttering on Twitch's side, or your side, not my side. I don't have any drop frames right now. Wait, Kerrigan. He just did the point, and a grenade bounced off a tree. Oh, don't push your own grenade. That would have been funny if he did, though. Oh, he's been spotted.
Is he dead?
How are you alive? What?
There we go. Hold up.
That was a crazy ass snap. Pass it over to me, Az. I see. That's an oof. So here's the, confirm this with me then. they left as we were talking about them and then rejoined, right? It's weird that the IPs don't match, but that just means it's the second device. He never left on mod view? Okay. Interesting. Alright. Well, we're going to see what Polish Pepe does. I'm going to end the stream. I'll go take care of that. I'm going to be honest with you. Based on the reactions I was getting, I don't know. I mean, because now when you take that previous clip about him saying, hey, if there's any vehicle that's behind us, yell us up, while there was a vehicle behind... a little suspicious now. I don't know. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt, because usually people leave the stream on, but that's weird. We'll see. Yeah, could have had his audio muted too. Again, honestly, I've seen stranger things that I swore there was a stream sniper, but it was just crazy happenstance. So, something like this, I feel like it's the benefit of the doubt, but we'll see. But again, just a reminder, because I don't want to have to go get the admins involved and blah, blah, blah. This is just a good reminder of, hey, make sure you don't have your account put on the streamer's POV, because otherwise it looks very suspicious. Points are still in, let's see, Blue Forest 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They have, wait, really? 1? Oh, no. There's 2 remaining. So Polish would have to get, I think, 2 kills for OFCRA to win. Yeah, because the only other solution is to do a 15-minute delay, and I know you guys don't like it, but... A noob tube kill would be a good way to start. It's just there's no point putting it back on your back after you prime it, because you have to reprime it, because it unprimes itself when you put it on your back. I don't know, there's like 12 minutes left. Mr. White's in the cheat spot up here, but I mean, it worked for him last time, so why wouldn't it work this time? I have a feeling he's going to look out, see Polish, and snipe him. Pew pew! If he does that and gets the kill, it should be a Blue 4 victory. Oh, but Polish ducks it. Here comes a grenade. Goes on the wall. Probably not going to pen. It does not, but it does blow out some of the windows above. Oh, he's climbing. And he falls. Climbs again. No, if I wanted to cast or curse Polish Pepe, I'd do something like this. Will Polish Pepe channel his inner Audrey Hotto to get 3 kills in order for OFCRA to win the round? Find out in OFCRA. You know, he didn't die on the spot, so that's actually a really good sign. I think he's going to get at least 1 kill. Maybe 2. Maybe Oddball's going to come around and end this man's whole career right here. I think Oddball's going to get it. And there it is. All right, we're going to see the point calculation, though, but I'm pretty sure it's Blue 4. Because they killed OFCRA's ground command, so that's a point. They have at least 8 people alive, which is 4 points. So that's 5, which ties with the officer. Yep, and then they've got the 3 points for the AAF base. So it is a Blue 4 victory. Funny enough, though, if OFCRA got one more kill, because that would have nullified the survivor bonus. So that was a lot closer than we thought because it was 8 survivors tops. But anyway, I'll pay it out to Blue 4. I'm going to go have a chat with Twig. We'll see what's going on. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll be back in a little bit. Let's see, about 2 hours. So go operate operationally. Hopefully I'll see you in 2 hours. Cheers, and have a good one.